Well, hello my YouTube friend. Today it is with a great pleasure that I'm going to present you this video because I've been waiting for so long to get a knife from this crazy maker, Master Jim Burke. I really wanted that because Jim to me is one of the top grinder, if not the best grinder I know of in the tactical world. He's also such a great guy, and there's this kind of discrepancy between the tall and the guy is a riot. I don't know if you met him, but he's a monster, and he's such. The discrepancy is that he's such a respectful guy. I mean, you wouldn't find any kinder person out there. I mean, he's quiet. I mean, that's honestly, that's one of the craziest discrepancy I've ever found on a person like that. So he's a true character, and I really appreciate the man. He would break your palm if ever you shake his hands, and yet you will find. I mean, you would think that he wouldn't hurt even a fly. So yeah, that's for the character. And like I said, his grinding skills are, if not the best, I mean, amongst the very best. I mean, the top 3 grinder I know of. But the issue is that I've never found one of his design to be appealing. Then he came with those rebels, and that, my friends, was one of the best idea you can find, because that's the bridge. The best bridge you can find between the traditional, slip joints and the tactical world. So basically, he made a slip joint. That's a slip joint knife, looking actually as a frame lock or line locks for some. He also makes slip joints for sure, and he added a clip on that. I mean, he started by adding a clip, which was the great idea. I mean, the traditional knives, you cannot really carry them. Of course, you can carry them in a pocket, but not without a clip. And then he went further, and rather than doing slip joints with the clips, he made pure frame locks with whatever function we know and features we know with the frame locks, like even on bearings on those. So that's I mean, it has all the features of the frame locks that we know of, and the look and the feel of a traditional knife. So this is what I absolutely adore. So I knew that eventually I would get a Rebel, but I wanted to have the best one for me, of course. And that's all a matter of opinion and choices. But I wanted to have the best for me. So this one was exactly what I was expecting for. I mean, I wanted to have the craziest grind he could make on those. And I think that this one fits the bill. That's a crazy grind. We're going to go back to that. I also wanted, and as usual, I wanted to have the knife where the artist could express the most his craft. And this is not by choosing the fanciest material like Mokutai or Damascus on the blade, or that's only a choice of material. I mean, if you take a Damascus blade and you go as far as just making a regular grind, eventually that's just the choice of material. I mean, this is not the way to express your craft. The same goes for, like, say you take a scale of Mokutai. Mokutai is basically titanium. I mean, if anything, AKS, the maker, is the one to pay credit to. But the maker will work it mostly as a pure titanium. So this is not the way to express your art. Now, here, it's basic slabs of titanium, but that, my friend, has been hand carved by the maker. So he put it all his dedication and all his craft by making this incredible carving on both scales, on the clip too, which is zirconium, by the way. That's incredible. And also on the back spacer. So imagine the work that needs to be done to get all this carving hand done. That's just fantastic. And the finish, I absolutely adore it, as you can see. Oh, the review has started without even a rant. Damn, doesn't look like me. But yet, it's already 5 minutes. Whatever. So you see, you have this kind of dual tone finish So on the most external part, the flat part, you're gonna get this stonewash in gray, and then I don't know if the lighting allows you to see the dual tone that you have, but it's a dual tone, believe me. So that's gray, and then the milling parts are blue, very, very nicely done. And you have those kind of, I don't know, it's carved, and you have those dots here, those little lines. There's a tremendous, tremendous amount of work. Oh yeah, the focus here. Oh yeah, you see that. All those details that you have are just insane. Then you have this very nice custom pivot with the color in copper. The back spacer is carved too, as is the other side. And man, this clip is insane. Very functional with this roll. This is rolling actually. I guess it's a ceramic bowl, but it's rolling and it works perfectly in the pocket. Really, really, really like that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about dressy knife. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean in my mind actually. Dressy doesn't come only with the material. It comes with the amount of work and energy that the maker put on his knives. Because this is what matters the most. Again, the different prices between the material doesn't really care. The time he spent, the effort he spent to make a knife, to me, matters most. And this is a knife where Jim spent a lot of time. Not, I mean, it's undoubtful. Now. I've talked about the mechanism. So this one is on bearings. The slip joints are not, of course, but this one is on bearings. And man, the smoothness of this knife is incredible. Whether you open it with the thumb. So the thumb, I wouldn't recommend. It's not that I recommend, but the easiest way to open it is not by flicking it. I mean, I guess you can flick it. But the best way is to deploy it smoothly like that. The flicking comes with the middle finger. Man, that fires like a rocket, and it's so fun to play with. I mean, I cannot stop playing with it since I received it. Now, let's go and talk about this crazy, crazy blade. Multi-ground chisel. Man, for those of you who know me, you know how much I hate chisel. As of now, only Horton made a chisel with a way that I ended up loving Horton grind, but to me it's not like your regular chisel. Then Jim Burke came and he made me love his chisel. But honestly, other than the fact that here you see that it's a chisel, here this big part is truly flat. Other than that, I mean, that's the further away from a chisel. I would consider that as a multi-round blade rather than the chisel. So of course you have this flat side here. But man, what is to say about this swedge, crazy swedge that you have here? I'm going to try to focus here. So you see you have this regular finish here, but here it's purely hand rubbed on the swedge. Let me see if I can focus on that. Very nicely hand rubbed and hollowed. And here at the tip here, it's, man, that's a piece of work. It's hollowed too. I'm going to try to focus on that. You see the grind lines? Hollowed. That's a hollow grind here on the tip. So that's incredible. And when you look at it from when it's closed, you would expect from a chisel, to have all the part here. Sorry, it's it's confusing, All the part here should be, this is even more erratic than usual. All the flat part should be here. So you would expect the tip to be, stuck here. And because of the ground side, the tip is doing this kind of funky, feature. It's centered as a ground knife would be centered, and yet it's a chisel here. So here it's, you see it touches the scale, almost touches the scale here on this side. I don't know if I made myself explainable, understandable, sorry, but this is how crazy this grinding is. And look at that. You have the spine here, and then you have this aspect. I mean, the way it looks when it's closed is just incredible because of this multi-ground blade. So yeah, that's truly an amazing grind, and this reflects the craziness of this Jim Burke. Now, check this side here. Man, the dramatic recurve that you have is insane. I mean, it comes from a crazy mind. Here you would think that it's flat, but you have a kind of ramp that goes up here. Then you have this kind of bowie aspect. Then this line here is not like the usual one that you get tack, tack, square like that. Look at that. It's coming from here, and you have this beautiful line that does a kind of wave here also, and then you have this hand rub, which is not going to be your regular hand rub, you know, following only a straight line. No, it follows the line of the recurve, so it goes like that and like that. That's pure poetry, and the dramatic hollow grind that you have here is insane, my friend. I am absolutely in awe of this crazy grind. So I like the fine grind that you have here on this blade. This is, my friend, it's PF 20 spray form, PSF 27. So that's a spray form of CPM D2 actually. So that's a tool steel. And most of the, I mean, a lot of people now are using it. I have my last Southern with that steel. So that's basically a tool steel made curiously by spray forming. So that's not your regular way of doing, you know, metallurgy, but it's a way that allows you to have this really fine grind with really fine, you know, particle of carbides. And what it takes, what it gives, is a tough steel. With a Rockwell, on the Rockwell scale, you can go up to 62, I think 62, 63. So it's a very tough and resistant steel. It wears, it holds an edge very, very nicely. It has a lot of nice features. That's why I think a lot of makers lately are using that steel. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but we'll see about that. I mean, Gail Bradley with Spyderco is using it, and we know that Gail Bradley is someone that's trying always to find the ultimate steel. So yeah, if Jim Burke does using it, Souther too, I guess that this steel has a really nice quality. And actually, I really kind of like this really fine grain that you have with this steel. So I don't know, I'm no knife maker by no means, but I think that's one of the steel that is to be considered as a really good steel, not without of. Now, what more can I say? Yeah, the action, as I told you, is a little bit sticky on the lock because it's brand new. I mean, the guy I had it from maybe flicked it a couple of times, and it's already way better than when I received it. Actually, there's no more stickness. It's only when I put my finger on the lock, then I have that stickness. If I keep it away, boom, you see no stickness at all. It's a rock solid knife, as Jim Burke is a rock solid maker. Look at this engagement. Very early. You have the stop pin here, and man, that knife won't budge by a notch here. Nothing. It's a rock, like the maker. The centering is too crazy for me to describe, but it's perfectly centered, as I told you, even though it's a chisel grind. So what more can I say about? Oh man, it's the grind is not all. I mean, even though it's a chisel, even though it has those. I mean, different in the edge. I mean, this edge here is a chisel, so it has to be like almost a zero grind here. And then after that, you have a regular edge. I mean, you come from a chisel here. To here, the transition here is, here it's hollow, and here it's hollow. So you have a transition here that is crazy, because this grind here is absolutely not the same as this one, which is a chisel. And yet, you don't feel the transition. It's sharp as hell all the way around. It's laser sharp. I mean, Jim did a crazy work on that. So my friends, if ever you have the chance to get one of those knives, you would be more than happy. And what a great EDC. I mean, consider that you have, like I said from the start, the best bridge you can find with the traditional knives that our ancestors used to carry in their pocket, and now with all the features of the best features that you can find on the tactical knife. So man, my advice, I don't give a lot of advice, but if ever you have the chance to get those knives, I mean, run for them. We are now heading to the 15 minutes that I've never want to, go over. So I'm going to be over with that, and catch you soon for a very, shortly, hopefully, for a new video. Bye-bye, my friends.